Question number 122. Which of the following is not a condition for becoming a citizen of India? So the correct answer is option C, acquiring property. The next question is, which of the following classes can't avail of some fundamental rights available of citizens? Question number 123. So the right answer is enemy aliens. In which of following ways can Indian citizenship be acquired? By descent, by naturalization, by registration, by birth. So the right answer is option D. All are correct. A person born in India in the state of Kerala on or after 26th January 1950 will be a citizen of. The correct answer is option C, India, because India is having single citizenship. Consider the following statements. There is not provision in the Constitution of India to encourage equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Second statement, the Constitution of India does not define backward classes. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? So the correct answer is option B, 2 only. Question 127. What does the 104th Constitution Amendment Bill relate to? The correct answer is option C, providing quota to socially and educationally backward classes in private educational institutions. Question number 128. Consider the following statements. Free and compulsory education to the children 6 to 14 years age group by the state was made a fundamental right by the 76th Amendment to the Constitution of India. And the second statement is, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan seeks to provide computer education even in rural areas. And statement 3. Education was included in the concurrent list by the 42nd Amendment 1976 to the Constitution of India. Which of the statements given above are correct? So the right answer is option C. Statement 2nd and 3rd are correct. Next question 129. Consider the following statements. Article 301 pertains to the right to property. Right to property is legal right but not a fundamental right. Article 300A was inserted in the Constitution of India by the Congress government and the Centre by the 44th Constitutional Amendment. So which statement given above are correct? So the right answer is option A, second only. Right to property is legal right but not a fundamental right. Question number 130. Match list first with list second. So the list first contains articles and list second contains provisions regarding those articles. So the correct answer is option C, 2143. 2143 is correct. So the next question is, which article of Constitution of India says not child below the age of 14 years shall be employed to work in any factory of mine or engaged in any other hazardous employment? So the article 24. So the option A is correct. Next question. In the Indian Constitution, the right to equality is granted by 5 articles. They are, correct answer is option C, Article 14 to Article 18. Again, match the list first with the list second. So again, articles and their provisions. So the correct option is option A, 2431. 2431. A goes with second, B with 4, C with 3 and D with 1. Which article of the Constitution provides that it shall be endeavor of every state to provide adequate facility of instruction in mother tongue at the primary state of education? So the correct answer is option C, Article 350A. Next question. The Constitution of India recognizes, the correct answer is option C, religious and linguistic minorities. Next question is, the concept of public interest litigation originated in PIL. So the correct answer is option C, the United States. Next question, consider the following statements. No can be compelled to sign the national anthem. No can be compelled to sing the national anthem since it will be violative of the right to freedom of speech and expression. It will be violative of the right to freedom of conscience and practice and propagation of religion. There is no legal provision obliging anyone to sing the national anthem. So which one is correct? So the correct option is option D. None is correct. Next question. Of the 4 forms of political protest mentioned below, which one is derived from the name of the person who used it as a political weapon for the first time? So the correct answer is option A, boycott. Prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, etc. Article 15 of Constitution of India is a fundamental right classifiable under. So correct answer is option D, that is the right to equality. The basic structure theory of the Constitution of India implied that. So the correct answer is option A. Certain features of Constitution are so essential to it that they cannot be abrogated. So these are the basic structure theory implications. Okay. Next question, freedom of the press in India. The correct answer is option B. Is implied the wider freedom of expression guaranteed by Article 19A, 19(1)(a) of the Constitution. Consider the following statements. There is no provision in the Constitution of India to encourage equal pay for equal work for both men and women. The Constitution of India does not define backward class. So the correct answer is option B. So this one is the repeated question. Option B is correct. The purpose of the inclusion of directive principles of state policy in Indian Constitution is to establish. So the correct answer is option D, social and economic democracy. The next question is, which one of the following articles of the directive principles of state policy deals with the promotion of international peace and security? So international peace and security is given in DPSP under article. So the correct answer is option A, 51. Which of the following is or are included in the directive principles of state policy? Statement 1. Prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. Next. Prohibition of consumption except for medicinal purposes of intoxicating drinks and of the other drugs which are injurious to health. So the correct answer is option B, 2 only. Prohibition of consumption except for medicinal purposes of intoxicating drinks and of other drugs which are injurious to health. As a result of Minerva Mill case, a law will be protected by Article 31C if the correct answer is option A, if it has been made to implement the directives in Article 39B and C. A uniform civil code mentioned in the directive principles of state policy ensure. The correct answer is option C, national integration. Which of the following directive principles of state policy came into category of liberal principles? Liberal principles. So the correct answer is option D. All are concerned with the liberal principles. Which of the following are the differences between fundamental rights and directive principles? So first statement, fundamental rights are negative instructions while directive principles are positive instructions to the government. Next statement is fundamental rights are justiciable while the directive principles of state policy are non-justiciable. Fundamental rights enjoy constitutional basis while directive principles are based on conventions. In case of a conflict between the fundamental rights and most directive principles, the former get precedence. So which one is correct? So the correct answer is option C, 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4 is correct. Which one of the following are listed as a directive principles in our constitution? Complete freedom in the economic field for the interest of consumers and producers, regulations of economic system of the country so as to prevent concentration of wealth and means of production, to ensure decent standard of living and facilities of leisure for all workers. The last statement is to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forest and wildlife. So the correct answer is option B. 2, 3 and 4 statements are correct. Question number 151. What is meant by saying the directive principles of state policy are non-justiciable. So DPSP are non-justiciable. So which one out of these statements implies the same? So the correct answer is option A, 1 and 2. Option A, 1 and 2. Next question. What are the Ghanaian principles incorporated in Indian Constitution? First statement, efforts to be made for the development of weaker or backward sections of the society. Second statement, provision on the use of intoxicating liquor except for medicinal purposes. Third statement, organization of village panchayats. Fourth, establishment of cottage and small scale industries. So which one is the right option? So the correct answer is option D. All four are correct. The basic difference between the fundamental rights and directive principles is, the correct answer is option C. Fundamental rights are justiciable while directive principles are not. Next question. The objective of including DPSP says that the state shall seek to ensure what? So the correct answer is option A, to establish a welfare state. Next question. Question number 155. The directive principles are in the nature of correct answer is option D. Instruction to the government to do certain things. Instruction to the government to do certain things. Next question. What are the Ghanaian principles that have been incorporated in Indian constitutions in part 4A? These are the statements. Now come to the option. Options are so the correct answer is option D. All of these are correct. Which constitution amendment granted a position of primacy to all the directive principles over fundamental rights? So the correct answer is option D, 42nd Amendment. If the state enacts a law to implement a directive principles calling for equitable distribution of the material resources of the community, it the correct answer is option D, shall not be considered void if it violates fundamental rights under Article 14 and 19. Which of the following statements are not indicative of the difference between fundamental rights and directive principles? So these are the statements. And the correct answer will be options C, third and fourth. Option C. Question number 160. Which of the following are directive principles of state policy? Equal pay for equal work for men and women, equal right to an adequate means of livelihood, abolition of untouchability, just and human conditions of work. So which one is correct? The correct option is option B. Statement first, second and fourth. are correct. Next question 161. A socialistic ideology is reflected in the directive principles which calls for. The correct answer is option A. Securing equitable distribution of material resources of the country to prevent concentration of wealth. Next question. Which of the following directives has not been included in Constitution with regard to conduct of international relations? And the right answer is option D. Work for disarmament. The directive principles were accorded an overriding position over the fundamental rights under certain circumstances by. The correct answer is option B. 42nd Amendment. Which one of the following directive principles of state policy does come into the category of liberal principles? So these are the statements. And the correct answer is first, second and fourth statements are correct. Option D. Which of the following is or are listed among the directive principles in part 4? So the correct answer is option B. Statement first, equal pay for equal work, and second, uniform civil code. These are listed among directive principles. Which of the following were added to the directive principles by amendments to the Constitution? And the right answer is option D. Option D is correct. To protect and improve the environment and safeguard wildlife, and right of workers to participate in management of industries, 39B. Right of workers to participate in management of industries given in 43B, perhaps. And to protect and improve employment and safeguard wildlife, that was to protect and improve the environment and safeguard wildlife, it is in Article 48A. And right of workers to participate in management of industry, 43A. So 43A and 48A both are in 42nd Amendment Act. The enforcement of directive principles depends mostly on. So the correct answer is C. Resources available to the government. 168. Which of the following can be termed Gandhian among the directive principles? So the right answer is first, second and third. So option B is correct. 169. Among socialistic directive principles may be listed prevention of concentration of wealth, right to work, separation of judiciary from executives, organization, agriculture along scientific lines. So all these are the socialistic directive principles or not? Option A, B, C, D. So the correct answer is option A. 1 and 2 is correct. Next question. Fundamental duties of citizen include. Option D is correct. Option D is correct of question number 170. 171. Which of the following are included as the fundamental duties? So the correct option is option A, 1, 2 and 4.